Hello, it's those Utah sisters, and in this video, we're explaining the game Jenga. Jenga's a really fun one to play with your class. I feel like I get a lot of use out of this game every single year, and it takes very little prep on my part. So, before starting, things you need is a Jenga game, one per group. I'll talk about a little hack we have for that in a second. Worksheet or task cards, one per student, but it needs 36 questions specifically. So, make sure it has 36 questions on it. And then a wooden dowel one per group, that's optional. Those are just like the little wooden dowels that they use. You can find them in the craft section of like the dollar store or Walmart. They're used for like art projects, but sometimes it helps with kids, so you can use those too. Prior to playing the game, you need to label all of your Jenga pieces on the side 1 through 36, or however many pieces you have. Most games have 36 pieces. If you label both sides in Sharpie, then you won't ever have to do the step again, so it's really quick if you just take a Sharpie and write 1, 1 on both sides, 2, 2, 3, 3. What I mean by that is, if I show you a picture, you'll label right here. I don't know why it's, okay, right here. Specifically, don't label the long side, the side that would show out the end, and you're labeling those 1 through 36. Then divide students into groups. This is a great game to play in pairs, or you can play up to 6 kids, and that's also great. The goal of the game is to have the highest Jenga tower at the end out of all of the groups. And they stack their Jenga tower up at the start of the game. So they stack it 3 by 3. It'll be 12 stacks high, 36 blocks total. Each student will have their own worksheet. They first determine which Jenga piece they want to move. So generally in Jenga, if you tap a few of the pieces, like they'll be loose and kids will be like, oh, I want to move that one. And it should be numbered. If it says the number 5, the students at the table must complete question number 5 prior to moving that. So when they find a loose piece, they're going to need to complete that question first. Then they're going to check it off with the teacher. Once they all have the correct answer, the entire group, and you've checked it, then they can remove that piece and then they stack it back on top of their Jenga tower, making it taller. The process continues with the group answering questions and moving pieces. If at any point their Jenga tower falls, they must rebuild back to the original tower, but they can no longer move any piece that they have already answered. So it's harder to win, but they can still play. So again, if their Jenga tower falls, they rebuild it back a 3 by 3, 12 tall, but any problem that they've already checked off with you that you've like initialed or agreed, said that was right, they can't move those pieces even if they're loose. They have to try and do other pieces, which makes it a little trickier. Again, there are multiple other ways to play this game. You can color the Jenga pieces, and then the different colors respond to different levels or like difficulty of questions. There's a million ways you can Google them. Our hack is, if you have older students, we recommend playing mini Jenga. I call it baby Jenga in my class. You can purchase it at the dollar store. It's actually this game that I just showed you. They call it Tumbling Tower Game. This is 72 blocks, and we cut it in half, and we do 2 sets of 36. It makes each game board like 50 cents. That's so cheap. So that's how I play with pairs in my class. And it makes the game a lot more competitive because some of the older kids are way too good at Jenga. They've played it their whole life and their Jenga tower will never fall with the normal sized one. But the mini Jenga makes it a lot harder and cheaper. This is where I would recommend using the wooden dowels though, because the pieces are so small. Some of those high schoolers' fingers like are too fat for the pieces. So the wooden dowels make it easier, or they can tap it with their pencil and stuff like that to help get it out. But again, it's called Tumbling Tower. We linked it. It's this game right here. And you get 2 games out of each box. So you only have to buy however many you need divided by 2 essentially. So there you go. If you decide to give Jenga a try in your classroom, be sure to tag us at those Utah sisters.